Hi, everybody. My name's Joy Goldman, and I am the immediate past president and interim professional development chair for ICF Maryland. And I am always so honored to welcome guests. And I have today Sue McLeod, who's in Maine, right, Sue? Hopefully
Yeah.
sunny, not too snowy Maine. And Sue and I know each other from Georgetown University, and Sue will be hosting a webinar for us that will be on March 13th, and I wanted her to just tell you about that. So first, Sue, please let people know what you'd like about you, and then perhaps a little about the webinar you'll be offering for us.
Great. Thanks, Joy. Yep, I live up in Maine. Today there's snow on the ground and it's sunny, and we're hoping for spring soon. But by February, we're all dying for a little bit of warm weather. So it's nice to imagine that that's going to happen by the time I do the webinar in March. Let's see what to tell you about me. I'm a professional certified coach. I did my training with the Coaches Training Institute way back in 1999 and 2000. So I've been coaching for what seems like a really long time. I've been on the faculty of Georgetown University's leadership coaching certificate program also for quite a few years, and have done coaching in various different forms: life coaching, leadership coaching, internal coaching, external coaching. Right now, my practice is mostly focused on coaching coaches to be most effective. And I'm most passionate about making sure that coaches can show up for their clients with confidence and be able to be present and do the best that they can for their clients. Yeah.
Great, wonderful. So you're going to be offering a program called Core Strength, taking your coaching to the next level. And perhaps you could describe that a little bit for us.
Yeah, so the idea of core strength, I love that. I've started working out recently and didn't even, like, people would say, engage your core. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. So remembering that, the core is the foundation. Makes us strong and allows the rest of our body to be sturdy and flexible. And for me, that's really the core competencies that ICF has put forward as their expectations of what coaches are doing all the time. So having a strong core means having strength in the core fundamental skills of coaching. Skills not only in what you do, but in how you conduct yourself, the relationship that you have with your clients, and how you hold what makes coaching really work. So this webinar is going to take you through the core competencies with a little bit of a twist to say that these core competencies are really the promise of coaching. Why do clients hire us? It's because they want something different in their life, and the coaching methodology provides a way for them to get that. And it's different from other professions, different than consulting, different than teaching. And the core competencies that we're going to explore talk about those differences and what makes coaching special and unique. Again, I think it's really important for coaches to be confident, to know that they've got that core of what they do well, so that they can flex and be present and respond to what their clients bring to them. So in this webinar, we're going to go through that, and then also talk about some of the ways that you can strengthen your core. What are the ways that coaches learn and grow and continue to develop those skills over time?
That is great. So as you were talking, so I do spinning, a lot of cycling, and I mean, it's everywhere, focusing on your core, right? If you don't have that strength, that inner strength and foundation, a whole lot suffers. So yeah, absolutely. And I also know from recently taking the PCC assessor course that we always learn. I mean, I always learn so much about the markers and the nuances and evidence. So I think this webinar will be so helpful for all levels of coaches. There's always something to learn.
Yeah.
So perhaps lastly, so why this for you? So what is your passion around this?
Oh, that's such a great question. It's been quite a journey. So, as I said, I started working for Georgetown University back in the early 2000s and have been helping train new coaches for a long time. And then also assessing coaching, listening to coaching recordings and figuring out where they're strong and where they need to develop. And as I got more and more into that, and I think most recently with the PCC level markers that ICF has come out with, that just make it so clear what it is that ICF expects PCC level coaches to be doing, that I saw an opportunity to, as you said, continue the learning for coaches, whether you've just taken a coach training program or just starting coaching, or you've been coaching for 15 years or more like I have. There's something in there for you to do better. I was just teaching a class this morning, and we were talking about creating awareness with coaches who are experienced and been doing this for a long time. And the idea that they could simply ask their client, what are you learning from our conversation? That immediately takes the client to a whole new place, as opposed to the what are you going to do next question, and elevates the client's understanding about what's going on, was a revelation to them. And they've all been coaching for years. So, there are simple things that you can do, but as you dig into the competency model, there are nuances and complexities that sort of reveal themselves with more experience, and another look back at what these fundamentals are. So that's what I love about teaching this. It's so cool. Yeah.
And it's so wonderful to see in your face that. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
The other thing we're trying to do in ICF Maryland is really deepen people's learning. And so we've talked with you, and you've designed an in-depth program that is more than a one-shot deal.
Yeah.
So perhaps if you could just explain briefly the series that we'll be offering, and people will learn more about that as the time nears.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this. I'm always a little skeptical about webinars. I'll admit I'm the student who's hiding in the back, on mute, probably working on my knitting at the same time. And I really appreciate and love learning that's engaging, that doesn't allow me to hide in the back of the room, and gives me opportunity to do some of my own work and apply the learning to my own situations. So I was excited when ICF Maryland asked me to design this additional set of workshops where we'll go even deeper into each of a smaller set of the competencies, allow opportunities for you to talk to each other about what questions you have, what you're doing in your own coaching practices, like share your best practices or share your concerns and get advice and information from the other coaches, all with me there to represent the competency model and what we know ICF expects. And a little bit of homework to do as well. So you can really take that and apply it to your own coaching. So I'm excited to dig in deeper with the competencies with you when we do that.
That is awesome. Well, thank you so much, Sue. And people will be hearing more. And if you have any questions, you can email info@icf-md.com and we'll get back to you. And I look forward, I'm already registered, so I look forward to seeing people on March 13th, which will be here before we know it, despite what the groundhog said earlier. All right. Thanks so much.
Great.